Bully Dog Coffee is craft roasted in small batches, with passion and purpose. Visit bullydogcoffeecompany.com and fetch some for yourself today. Bully Dog Coffee. Bold flavors for bold hearts.
Goes that. That's fucking stupid. I can sit here and be quiet.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome here tonight. I think you just heard Kendall a minute ago. That was great. Didn't have him muted. But we are here yet again for round number 4. This time at the Milwaukee Mile. Here for the pro weight models and palms. I thank you guys for coming out here tonight. As we got qualifying underway, Jason Snodgrass on top of the charts right now. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Jason always quick here. He'll be quick again tonight at this 1 mile racetrack known as the Milwaukee Mile. Before we get going, just an update on trading paints. We're still having minor, what's the word for this, Kendall? Inconveniences with trading paints?
No, minor technical difficulties. So
Yeah. They're supposed to be putting out an update at some point in the sometime or another. But right now, Jason Snodgrass continuing to lead over Brandon Kager there as well. Again, heat races again tonight. Same format as always here at Milwaukee 4, round number 4, as we're coming up on the halfway point of the Palms season for the Pro Late Model Series. And an update on me from last week for those of you that were here. I did sprain my ankle, not broke, not anything like that. So that's, good. We're not going to talk about how I did that, but allegedly not smartness. So as we continue to get ready to go, Arthur, I don't think they sent over a qualifying order. Levi right there as well on pit road. What do you think there, Kendall? I know you've been around us with this here a couple of times with me here when we done these. What do you think about the single car qualifying format that we got going on?
like I've said, kind of from the beginning, the start what we started in Martinsville, and I've always loved the single car qualifying aspect of the things. I mean, I know there's some drivers that don't like it just because it does take 20 minutes to get a qualifying session done, but also I like it in the way that you can watch everybody do their qualifying lap and see where they're gaining time and that sort of deal. When you just do the 5 minute, everybody goes at it one time in their own little world, you don't get to see that qualifying lap get put in. So it's really nice to kind of watch and see single car wise where people are gaining time and that sort of thing.
Well, we do have a minor issue this week. It's not letting me go in between the sessions. So that is weird.
That's awesome.
There we go. Finally. Kenny Tripp going to roll out here. So Kenny going to roll that number 12 machine to exit a pit road. We got another one already up to speed. And this is a very high speed racetrack. As you see Dylan on there. Milwaukee, really, really high speed for these pro late models. They'll really wind them out here at Milwaukee Mile. That is a big thing here tonight. So, Dylan going to finish up his time. Thank you again to Bully Dog Coffee as well for coming on board Extreme Sim TV, as we got a couple more rolling out here. And tonight, again, I think the most important part of the night, from what we've seen early in the season at least, in my personal opinion, has to be the heat races. I think that's the most important to set yourself up for the evening well. As you see Scott Negus there on track, working his way through 3 and 4 here at Milwaukee. So this place, really high speed racetrack here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then 1 week tonight, we go back to Lanier. Of course, so that'll be next week. Irwindale and North Wilkesboro, all on the schedule in October before we get to Oxford in November. And that's the way we sit here as we prepare to go. Right now, Jason up front on the pole right now. Benny Hogan and Dylan Hahn right there in third. Folks, we'll be right back here in the booth momentarily. Let's see if I can fix this qualifying issue, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, Rick Kelly on track right now, working his way through his qualifying effort here at the Milwaukee Mile. And again, Palms Pro American State Model Series presented by Advance. And again, their energy formula alongside mental health formula or mental formula. Well, if I can speak, mental focus formula. And what else they got? Energy. I think I looked at the sleep one. They got a lot. You about to sleep one yet, Kendall? We just con your dad into trying it. That's nothing. 16 gonna roll out here. Mason on track right here. That is Chris Mason rolling his way through. What are you thinking of the season, man? As we roll through Milwaukee tonight, Lanier next week, Irwindale the week after, North Wilkesboro, Kern County's on the schedule after Thanksgiving. That's the 29th of November, and then Five Flags on the 6th of allegedly. Yeah, that's been the story of the night of the year, right? Jay getting ready to go out there, Chris on track. Now the December 6th championship show at Five Flags most likely will end up being if I can sweet talk him into a Kendall Paul production show. Because my all my Christmas stuffies traveling is being done the first week of December instead of later in December. I'm getting all that out of the way during the first week. So we will get y'all informed more as we get closer to it. Not know exact days, but that'll most likely become the situation for Five Flags, unfortunately. Unless I pack this whole computer up and take it to myself. That's also an option, theoretically. Levi out there on track right here. Levi across the stripe to see. I have not heard from my other broadcast partner tonight. Where he's at? Rick qualifying his way through. Arthur, Mike. We got a couple more Stevens still to qualify. Is it just me or is the field a bit smaller tonight here at Milwaukee? Yeah, which it is Milwaukee, so that's going to kind of part of the problem. But if there's only 20, that means everybody will make it. We will see how that pans out. Again, we normally take 22, the feature. Again, for those just joining us, it would be 5 from each heat race alongside the 2 from the El Concio as well. Don't you love how I just make up words on the fly? So that means 2 cars are going to go to the house tonight. Right now, your fastest in qualifying, Jason Snodgrass on the pole at 31.045 to that 31.077 to a 31.092. So a pretty tight top 3 at least. And something we haven't talked about tonight, and I actually don't know the answer to. I wonder what kind of draft these late models are going to get around here tonight. Oh, man, I don't know the exact name on me. My own daggone thing. But I think it's about 475 question mark. Let's go look. I know it's somewhere in that area. Let's see how close it was. 500. Okay, I was close. 350 cubic inch motor. So a little less horsepower than what the truck would have around here. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out tonight. Yes, I know. Shame on me for not knowing the power right off the bat. Negative. That one, I mean, we can guesstimate. What? 40 laps. So, for reference, your truck, it's got 650 horsepower versus the 500 here for these. So about 150 more horsepower for the truck than what these late models would have. The more you know with that. And right here is Arthur working his way through 16th on the chart. He's going to have to pick up some in the heat race if he wants to make it the big dance here tonight. He don't want to end up on the trailer early. So, we take a look here at the point standings coming into the night. Benny Hogan, top of the board right now with a 359. Billy Snodgrass moved his way into second in points after last week. Kenny Tripp picked up a spot, moved his way to third. Jason Snodgrass picked up to fourth in points. John moved up 4 spots up to fifth in points. Chase Johnson, fifth in points, sixth in points, moved up 5 spots. Brent Meeks moved up to seventh in points, stabilized in seventh. Mike moved up to eighth, up 4 spots. Down 4 spots was William. Stephen Rex down at 2. Down 1, William. Shane, a big drop down 10 to 12th. Dylan Hahn up 1 to 13th. And Levi down 1 to 14th. And from there on back, it kind of stabilizes. So there is your points update after last week. I hope you caught all that. Billy continuing to roll. Billy Snodgrass on track. Boy, these Snodgrass guys, they are usually quick everywhere we go. As you see Billy working his way through. Brent there as well. And Billy, P2. So Jason and Billy right now on the pole of Heat 1 and Heat 2. Color me shocked. Benny going to be there right now in the pole of Heat 3. And then Heat 4 would go to Dylan. And then John would be outside of row Heat 1. Brandon outside of Heat 2. Chase outside of Heat 3. And Levi right now outside front row of Heat 4, as they said. Yeah, I got this figured out for the most part. Mike on track right now. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Mike gonna work his way through qualifying effort. Man, I tell you what, they're really winding these late models out at the end of these long straightaways. TJ going to roll his car off here to the end of pit road. He'll get ready to go here in a moment. As we wind down this qualifying session tonight with 5 more cars to go here tonight. The 20th place car will get ready to, or the 20th car, we'll take time now. But here is that 20th car of Caden Tufts. Hey, nice to see Caden. What's up, Caden? Of course, former AMA modified driver Caden Tufts. Working his way through. See what kind of time he can get. I don't know how I would have that knowledge. Wouldn't know. Caden working his way through down the front straightaway. And Caden gonna go P6 here tonight. Good run for Caden. P6 for Caden. Congratulations, Caden. Up inside that top 6 here. So Tufts, great job. P6. Here we go, working our way through. Tufts down the front straightaway again. He'll end up around that P6 spot. TJ Moon will be the next car on track. TJ looking to roll. That will be the 21st car to take time here tonight. We'll see where he qualifies. And working his way through. So we'll watch him take time, and we'll be right back here in a moment. All right, as we continue to work our way through. Nice run here for Caden. That just took time moments ago. And we're continuing to knock down these qualifiers. As we're now down to 3. Next up, Brent. Well, no, Justin, maybe Brent. Gonna be next up. It will be Brent next on the lineup here to take time in that 66 ride. Then it should be William and Justin to round out the full field of qualifiers here tonight. In total, it'll be 24 cars taking time. 22 move to the A main. Out of turn 4. Brent moving his way down through there. So what do you think? Only 2 cars going home tonight. Does it make it even more important now to... It's always important to get in through the heat races. But I really don't even want to be in that scenario of, going through the LCQ tonight.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I think you try to get in the top 5. It's going to be a lot easier to get in the top 5 tonight in the heats. But you kind of just take it like any other race, and you try to make it in on the heats, though you don't have to do the last chance qualifier. But some would say actually that you might not be a bad idea to go to the LCQ to get some more practice on the track, since there's only 2 cars going home tonight, so you don't be last in your LCQ. That's what some would say. I mean, I'm more of a person that I would rather just get in the heats and make sure I'm safe. And that's what we got. 2 cars left for qualifying.
First to go, that is Justin in the Days of Thunder 46 ride. Days of Thunder. What he's got here. T21 would be just quick enough to make it. I'd be kind of worried if I'm Justin. That's going to put him deep in a heat race. Go ahead for 3 and 4. Let's see if he can get it down to the bottom. Pick something up. And we'll get ready for the sequence of heats with just one more qualifier to go. Being William Van Mater back there. I don't think William is even here to take a time. He is not. So there we go. Our lineup is set, and it is that time of the night, folks, to get down to it. We are ready for heat number 1, and we'll start shaving this field and figuring out who is going where and who is going to be in the LCQ coming right up. So we will start the process right now. And here is your lineup for heat number 1. Jason Snodgrass, Dylan on, Brandon there. Brandon, Kenny, Josh, Rick, Steven, Thomas. And there we go. Well, apparently I got Caden mixed up with another Caden. Well, big rip to me.
Oh.
I said, and I quote, sometimes I know what I'm talking about. So we'll be ready to go. 10 laps, 10 miles. to set the first heat. We're ready. Are you ready for heat number 1, buddy?
Oh yeah, ready for some heat racing. Always probably one of the funnest parts of the night is heat racing. Is that beautiful Mustang iRacing pace car going to be going down to the safety of pit road here shortly?
Oh, I did. Exactly. So I wasn't technically wrong. Just I got you. Just wrongly. Got it. Jason, ready to roll and working our way through. 10 on the board. Let's go. Up front, 2 by 2. Dylan right there behind them. Here goes the party. Who will be the 5 cars to make it in from heat number 1 here tonight? We're fixing to find out. Right now on the hot seat is Josh Flynn.
You gotta say, right as they rocket into turn number 1, they got single file, and they got single file quick as they rocket off turn number 4.
Well, I think it's that horsepower, and I think you're really winding these gears out. From what I'm seeing, they are really winding it out into the corner.
Yeah, you got the whole field single file. You got the 3rd place car. I can't see the number on that machine. He took a little bit higher than the 1st and 2nd place car. He might have gained a little bit of time on him coming out, as he's running a little bit 1 lane higher off the corner than the other drivers.
That's the 85 up the hill. That's going to be Brandon Tiger there. And I'll tell you what, Kenny Tripp putting pressure on him. Rick there. That Rick back here, Josh, all right there around that battle for that 5th spot. Steven Rex, the first car out right now. Well, what I'm seeing here is they are so fast around here, it is really hard to make a move.
Yeah, you guys don't got a lot of momentum change off each other. You're going to have to probably get it on the entry or somehow get on the exit. But battle for the lead is on as they're side by side going into 1.
Side by side for the lead and the transfer spot simultaneously. Now it's going to be Jason Snodgrass and Dylan going at it here into 3 and 4. They're really having to push it down into the corner to really try to make a move 2 by 2.
Maybe a little bit of bobble from that Sundrop machine, but he still pulls about equal to that 42 machine as they rocket off turn number 1. He is going to give the spot up to the 42, though, as he is unable to stay right alongside, but he's going to fight right on back as they rocket off turn number 2.
Out in the back straightaway, side by side for heat number 1 race lead. Into the corner, you got to be careful. You're in the transfer spot, guys. Be so very careful if you can. Jason Snodgrass leads. Dylan second. 5 to go. 5 miles.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say 5 laps to go. Jason Snodgrass, he has the inside advantage, but it almost seems like they like to crisscross after they do. I think the 42 machine, he's going to get a run, and I thought he was going to maybe try to go to the inside of him, but they're going to single file back out. Jason Snodgrass back up to the point.
Back up to the point is Snodgrass leading. And now it's going to settle down out front. We'll check on that battle for 5th. Steven Rex and Mr. Josh pretty well tight to one another back here as well. Almost.
Yeah, the battle.
Go ahead.
I said the battle for the lead might be heating back up. The 42 machine of Dalen Hand, he tried to take a look to the inside of Jason Snodgrass a little earlier, but he's going to tuck in right back behind Snodgrass as he's just riding that bumper.
They continue to roll right now. 3 laps to go in heat number 1 tonight. Well, he is right there under that back deck lid, really putting the pressure on your leader. As the battle picking up back here around that 5th spot now for 6th. Rick and the number 10 car is Steven Rex 2 by 2 for position, and Rex going to pick it up. Now back to the front of the field again. Top 2 not done yet either. 2 to go.
They've been watching this battle, the 42. He likes to drive it in a lot deeper than the 89 or the 199 is willing to. But the 199, he's gonna get go. Oh wow, he gets to run off the corner, so they kind of equal each other out. As you see, the 42 is gonna close in on the back bumper, a little bit harder into the corner than Snodgrass, but really has settled down here.
Really has, as they're 2x2 behind them, coming to the white flag. That's going to be Steven Rex, and right there behind him, Ricky. And that should be the battle for the lead, for the pole in the LCQ, so keep an eye on that. As you see Jason leading, Dylan there in second. Here they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Jason Snodgrass leading heat number 1 to the checkered flag. Dylan second, Brandon third, Kenny Tripp fourth, and Josh going to take the transfer. And the battle for the pole for the LCQ goes to Stevens. And I think they may have made a little bit of contact battling for that position out of 4. And it did, indeed they did. Steven got in the back of him.
That's what I love about heat racing. There's multiple different battles you're watching out for. You're watching, of course, the lead. You're watching the transfer spot. And like you said, you're watching the LCQ pole because that makes it a lot easier to get into that transfer spot in the LCQ. But What an amazing heat number 1.
Well, can Billy Snodgrass just back up what Jason did moments ago? Billy will start from the pole heat number 2. John to the outside. Jason Johnson starts 3rd. Brent for Scott Angus in 5th, Justin in 6th, Phillips there, and Mike Arthur, and then Arthur will round out your 8 cars to go here in heat number 2.
And I don't know if you have this in your books, but heat number 4 has been officially scratched out for tonight.
So heat number 4 is non-existent.
Heat number 4 is non-existent, at least what iRacing is saying currently.
So are we still taking 5 from the first 3 then?
That's what it says here, so I'm guessing we'll have a decent LCQ then.
So we're taking 5 from each heat, and then the LCQ would take, quick math, 7?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Math, I do not do.
I use a calculator.
So we're coming to green this time by. It'll be green in heat number 2. Green flag in the air. Let's go. 10 laps, 10 miles. And again, Billy Snodgrass leads them into 1. 2x2 off of 2. Nice and tight, nice and even. Great race out front right now. Billy Snodgrass trying to edge ahead if he can over John. John going to give him the spot here in 3 and 4. Here comes Chase in Johnson dipping to the bottom. Chase trying to figure out what he can do.
Yep. In fact, John was going to maybe get that outside line to work the initial start. He drove it in deep, and he actually got side by side with the leader. But now he's just on that Freight Train Express all the way back. Well, now he finds a hole there for 3rd. So let's see if he can recover and maybe make some moves to get back up there, a better spot for the feature tonight.
Man, if you're Billy Snodgrass, you're coming off of 2 feature wins back at Southern National in USA. Could you make it 3 in a row here tonight?
Oh yeah, if you're Billy, easily, yeah, you could. And what we're watching right now, he's got a pretty decent lead in this heat. He could very well go 3 in a row here tonight here at the Milwaukee Mile. We gotta say this is probably the almost the super speedway for these cars. Almost it seems like maybe the speedway, the Kansas, if you will, for these super late model stocks, because normally you don't see them go above on a track 1 mile in length.
Yeah, and if you take a look, man, I tell you, they're hauling around here as we're single file out front. We're absolutely moving 173 plus. And this is so much fun to watch, dude. These guys are getting after it right now.
Oh yeah, the heats are always so fun to watch. Like we said earlier, you got multiple battles going on, and every position here counts for something. Not like the feature. Well, not saying the feature doesn't have every spot that counts, but I feel like just having a spot in the heat over the feature is way more important than the feature. Of course, feature pays out the points, but you can't have the points if you're not starting in a good position.
Yeah, and you can't even get points if you don't start the feature. So
There you go, right there.
to finish first, you must start the feature. John,
Battle for second is on. Now chasing Johnson, and John's going after it. John on the inside. He made the move on Chase, and they're side by side rocking into turn number 3.
still side by side giving each other room right now. And again, I'm noticing these guys giving each other, for the most part, tons of room right now.
Oh yeah, I haven't really seen a whole bunch of contact. I haven't seen much squeezing down towards the bottom lane. Maybe just the realization of really it's not that desperate, at least in the top 5. About ate my words there. The bump and run might almost happened towards the back of the field. But battle for, what is that, the 4th spot might be heating up?
Yeah, around the 4th and 5th spot right now. And again, I know we said this earlier in the other heat, but you got to play it smart here, right? You're in the transfer, so you don't want to take yourself out of the transfer, picking up another spot.
Yeah, I mean, if you can grab the spot, awesome, great. That advances your spot in the feature event, but I mean, you can't really have a spot in the feature if you're wrecked out in lap number 8 of 10 in the heat event, and then you just got that much possibility against you, I guess. Once you go over to the LCQ, might as well jump on the opportunity now, get into the feature. But I mean, if you can grab a position, go for it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're seeing with 2 to go. But Billy the Kid right now, dominant in heat number 2.
Yeah, he's really just pulled away from the field. I mean, he's been doing a fabulous job of just driving the car and driving away as we're coming to a white flag here.
One to go here in heat number 2. Now, what do we got to do to get Billy the Kid in a Western themed car?
You know, I would love to see that.
Continues to dominate. I mean, his namesake did rob banks, and right now he's robbing these guys. Because he is gone.
Yeah, robbing everybody of a starting on the outside and the feature event, as he's going to come around and claim his Heat 2 victory. Will it be 3 for 3 for him here later tonight?
You know, I know it's the easy pick, but I think I got to go with Billy for the win. Is John going to finish second, Chase third, Brent fourth, Scott going to wrap up the top 5?
Well, you know what happened last night last night was the land of cursing drivers, so maybe hopefully that bad luck doesn't come over over here tonight. So hopefully wow, can't speak now. Hopefully just didn't jinx them.
Exactly. So Benny, Caden, Levi, TJ Moore, Chris Mason, John, and William going to be your top 8 or your 8 drivers to start the 3rd and tonight in the final heat. Here this evening is heat number 4. The race organizers has scratched route number 4. Stacy in chat, well, dang, welcome to Gapplebee's. I mean, you say that, yes. He gone. Hey, Stacy, while you're over there at Gapplebee's, could you, like, I don't know, get me some mashed potatoes and, pork and, what do you want, Kendall?
You know, gotta go with the pasta. We're talking about Gapplebee's. Gotta go with the pasta.
Bring me some yeast rolls, too, Stacy. Thank you. And he gonna bring them to green here. And he coming to green. Caden Tufts there will be in second. Here we go, 3rd and final 10-lap heat here tonight. Then we'll be ready to rock and roll for LCQ here tonight. And pace car down pit road. Almost hit the water barrels. Okay, then let's go. Benny gonna lead them down. Benny leads Caden second. By TJ, Chris, John. Patrick back there in seventh right now. Sean Patrick hanging on. Benny Hogan, though, continuing to lead and side by side with Levi and TJ. That's the battle for third and fourth. And Benny will power through to complete lap number one here with 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go here tonight. So reference here tonight, we're completing, Kendall, about 20 laps every 10 minutes.
20 laps every 10 minutes? They are cooking it around this mile racetrack.
Yes, sir. If you do the math, that puts us right at an hour race time here tonight for the feature at 125 laps. Hey, I actually do math tonight good.
You're mathing it up.
Levi, TJ Moore, or TJ Moore. Single file right now. And we haven't seen any big incidents throughout the heat so far.
No, everything's been clean and green so far, and I think it's just how big this racetrack is and how much horsepower you have. You don't have enough to really try to outpower somebody. You gotta really be very strategic with your moves and where you place your race car and where you put the throttle down. I'm sure they're not using any brake. I'm sure they're just letting that thing glide all the way down and through.
Yeah,
but I think that's probably part of the reason why we haven't seen a big incident yet.
You hear it all the time. Lack of braking zone makes it really hard to pass.
Yes. Can't outbrake the guy, or you can't use the bumper as easily.
Hang on, Benny out front leading. So again, like we said before, everything seems to be going okay. 6 to go right now. TJ and Chris 4th and 5th. Excuse me, folks. That one come out of nowhere. Benny continuing to lead. Wonderful racing. As the field continues to circulate through right now. Four laps to go this time by.
After watching these almost three complete heat races, I'm not totally sold if the draft really works with these cars. Don't really see the run towards the end, not per se.
Yeah, I think the draft tonight would be a no-go.
No-go, it's just, you gotta strategically place where your car is at to get the speed off the corner, and I feel like probably getting speed off the corner is probably more important than getting speed into the corner, just because how long these straightaways are. It's probably probably a little bit over 50% of the racetrack is the straightaway. So getting that speed off corner exit is very important.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right? 2 to go this time by. Laps to go. Hogan leads. Man, oh man, 2 laps to go. And then the LCQ, that one's going to be interesting to see who makes it and who doesn't.
Yes, it is, and I'm not sure how many Transfer Over iRacing hasn't updated that yet. To see who transfers all over the feature, as Benny Hogan right now, he's going to come around turn 3 and 4, and he's going to see that beautiful white flag up in the air. He just has to bring this car around one more time to start third in the feature.
One more time around, and Benny will bring them through. How it goes. Final lap, Benny out front leading right now by a pretty good margin. So Benny Hogan going to bring it to checkered this time by. And it's going to be very interesting coming to the checkered flag. Here we go. Checkered flag in the air. Benny going to bring them down. He'll win this heat here tonight. Man. So checkered is out. We're ready to go yet again here in a moment.
Look, your math was right. 7 to the feature tonight.
So we'll take 7. That means we'll send home 2. 9 cars start here tonight. Look at that math. Perfect.
Look at you mathing it out.
Hey, don't tell anybody. We don't need to. No, I actually can math a little bit sometimes. So this time it'll be Stephen, Mike, Sean, Thomas, A. Mitchell, Justin, John, Rick, Arthur, and William to start your LCQ here tonight. There you have it. Mike, Thomas, Justin right there. Who do you think's going to go home out of this one, buddy?
Well, to me it's kind of hard to say. I'm going to go with the odds here. Let's just go with the guy in the back outside lane. I'm sad to say it, but Arthur, the odds right now, I didn't see any of the heat racing with all of them back there, but I'm going to say with the odds and how he's starting on the outside back row, I don't think he's going to make it tonight, but please prove me wrong.
We're about to find out if you're dead on here.
And so just for your everyone's notes, only one will go home from the feature tonight here, as the 9th place driver did not grid to take for the LCQ.
Here we go, coming to green this time by. Here we go. Here we go, green's in the air, let's go. Nice work. Even leads. And Steven out front with the real battle. Back there with Arthur. Trying to pick, he's got to pick up one spot, right? That's all he needs.
All he needs is to get around that 32 machine. You saw Justin Phillips on the back straightaway. He was blocking the heck out of Rick Kelly. He knows how valuable that inside line is, so he went ahead and put the block on. But the 32, he's going to try to dive it in there. But a little bit of trouble for the 26 as he's going to go maybe all the way to the back.
Hillside back. Meanwhile, Arthur trying to take advantage right now. Rick Kelly right there. That's the battle for what would be the transfer position. Top 7 going to move on. John right now holding on to it. 13 to go this time, next time by. Man, this is going to be interesting here. Kelly, John, Arthur, 3-car battle, and somebody's going to the house.
Yeah, they're battling it really hard back here. The 32, Rick Kelly, he's going to catch the piece of the outside retaining wall, and that's going to kill his momentum on the straightaway, so that's going to draw Arthur right to his inside. We'll see if Arthur can capitalize on that mistake to get around him, and it looks like he will, as Rick Kelly, he's going to go all the way up the racetrack. Maybe hopefully get the run, try to see if he can throw it back in the inside of Arthur.
Yeah, battle and continue, but now Arthur on the inside here. Right now, Rick Kelly would be going to the house.
And he was doing so good blocking that inside. He went all the way down below the rumble strips to block that inside line. He's still doing a fantastic job at that. If he can keep that nose straight and keep that car from sliding out of control, if he can just protect that bottom line, I think he'll be pretty solid, as he's now in the transfer spot. Arthur is.
Yeah, that's kind of like Daytona, where you're trying to block the bottom, right? You don't want to give up the bottom.
And once you get the track position to stay on the bottom, don't let the dude get to your inside, especially on a short track, as that's the easiest way around a car. And um, haven't seen any passing on the outside lane at all tonight, but that might change here later tonight, here in the future.
I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know, but I don't see that outside being uh, relevant.
No, the only way you're going to get a pass done on the outside line is if you have the car and you get the car pinched down towards the inside lane and don't let that car up. Getting to his outside, that's going to be a different story. And the 32, he's going to sneak a little nose in here. There's the battle for the transfer as they go rocketing into the front straightaway.
We go 2x2 yet again for the transfer. And so hard.
Oh, Arthur going to go up the racetrack. He's going to get a piece of the outside retaining wall off of turn number 2. He's back down in the 7th position. You better find some momentum and get it quick to catch up to Rick Kelly to get back into that transfer spot. He was doing so good, and then Kelly found the opportunity to stick a nose to the inside. That's when it all went down for Arthur, as he's way off the pace now. I wonder if he has some damage to that race car.
Yeah, I think that might have been it for Arthur. One last go at it, and now that car's he put up a show trying to hang on, I'll be honest.
Yeah, he did. You saw him every corner go below those yellow rumble strips into turn 1 and 2, and he had the 3 and 4. I think that's where his weak point was 3 and 4. He left the inside lane open in 3 and 4. And it is really hard to keep that car down on those yellow rumble strips all the way throughout the corner, because that car wants to come up off the corner, and Rick Kelly, he capitalized, and now he's in the transfer, and he's battling it on for the 6th spot.
Now the battle picking up around 5th and 6th right now. Rick Kelly right there, you just talked about him. There is Justin just in front of that battle, so 4th, 5th, 6th right there. And these guys, same thing as earlier, you just got to take care of it. You're in the transfer to the A, make sure you stay there.
Yeah, for sure, and Rick Kelly, he's finding something that got to work. He passed 2 of those cars in probably 1 1/4 laps. Just by getting that nose onto the inside, he's going to start working on the 46 machine of Justin Phillips. Let's see if he can get around him here in 5 laps to improve his spot by 1 here in the feature event. But Rick Kelly, he's putting on the show now.
And oh man. Patrick, Dustin. What a battle overall, as Steven continuing to lead right now in this LCQ. Pretty calm LCQ. What's up, Bully Dog?
For the front 3, it's been pretty calm. Towards the transfer and back there has not been so much, but now it is starting to calm down. Everybody's starting to rally at single file. You got that 3-car breakaway, and then you got 4 cars, and then you got poor Arthur off the pace. Not looking like he's going to be making it on to the feature event.
It does not look like he is going to make the show here tonight. Unfortunately, right?
Yeah, that's bad. He was doing so, like we said earlier, he was doing so good. He, that inside lockdown, just couldn't keep it locked down tight enough. As Rick Kelly, he might be working on Justin Phillips here in the next couple of laps to get around him for the 4th position.
There they are, nose to tail. 3 to go. The 3 laps to go. Kelly, Justin, Thomas back here. Man, oh man. 3 to go here in the LCQ before we turn them loose racing in the A main. And you see right there Rick all over the back bumper here.
He's putting that front bumper into the back bumper like a puzzle piece. He's going to give him the little nudge and say, hey, I'm right here. Let me have the spot. Thank you very much. And good day, sir, to Justin Phillips, as he is now around him for the 4th spot.
And he had gone, right? He just moved right around and gone, gave him the little bump, made it work. We're coming to the white flag this time by.
Yeah, for Rick Kelly, if we remember, like 5, 6, 7 laps ago, he was outside looking in for the transfer, and now he's all the way back up to 4th position. So he got the fast race car. We'll be watching out for him on the feature event.
There we go. We are 1 to go here, ready to finish off the LCQ and get ready for the main event here in a moment. Right now, it's going to be Steven Rex dominating the LCQ here tonight. And here we go. Rex will win it. Mike second, Sean third, Rick fourth, Justin fifth, John sixth, Thomas seventh, and unfortunately Arthur will be going to the house here tonight. So there we go. We got a little bit of warm up in. Kendall will take a break, and we'll be back for the A main momentarily. Alrighty, everyone, we are ready to go. It is a main time here from Milwaukee with Snodgrass and Snodgrass on the front row.
It's a Snodgrass lockout, or we can just call it the Snodgrass bunch, locking out front, row number 1. Wow, I cannot speak today for some reason. It's going to be a fun one tonight.
Kenny Eckler starting third, Dylan fourth, John fifth, Caden Tufts rolls from sixth, Brandon chasing Johnson, Levi, Kenny, Brent, TJ, Josh, Scott, Chris, Steven, Mike, Patrick, Rick, Justin, John, and Thomas A. Mitchell, all in the 22-car field. We are ready to go here at Milwaukee. The Pro American Late Model Series presented by Advanced is ready to go here tonight. At Milwaukee, let's go. Everybody up to speed. Jason Snodgrass going to bring them down. Headed for turn 1. And look at Bill. Oh, no, trouble. Car in the outside wall hard, Steven. Somebody I thought got turned around there. I thought.
Yeah, I saw the smoke. I saw a car on the outside wall. I'm not sure who it was. I was watching towards the back of the pack, as on the initial start had a little bit of bumping going on before the start. I was watching that, and then I saw white smoke. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look back and see who that was on the outside retaining wall.
Billy Snodgrass going to wind up plumb back to 16th as he turned a 7 around hard in the outside wall. Wow. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was. Poor Benny Hogan. He worked his way up and had the third starting spot, and I'm not quite sure what happened. I'll have to look at this again.
Well, he got right hooked by Billy the Kid, unfortunately. Now, the other parts of this, surprisingly, no yellow. That's interesting.
That was very interesting. I was expecting maybe a yellow, especially with that car all the way facing the opposite way. He stopped on the high side, so thanks to the iRacing officials up in the booth. We'll let Twitter
Sort that out.
sort that out with iRacing officials.
Jason continuing to lead, but right now he's got Caden underneath of him. And here comes Caden to the bottom and clear. New race leader, give it to Caden Tufts. And pulling away. Now, an interesting note there, Kendall, from that accident. Billy the Kid, Billy Snodgrass, currently 13th after that.
Wow, that is very surprising. He must have got freight trained, or he just felt guilty enough that he just went towards the back of the field. Real big shame for your 3-time winner in the Pro American Late Model Series. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got 2 wins on Southern National USA. Surely he can find his way around this Milwaukee Mile to get right back up to the first spot. So we'll keep an eye out on him here on lap number 5 of 125.
Good thing for him, he's got a long way to go tonight. He's got plenty of time to get there. Don't have to worry too much. There's Levi, there's Kenny, there's Brent. And we're starting to get back single file. Somebody's going to get stuck on the top up here. That is not where you want it to be. That is Brandon. Stuck up here in 5th, up on the outside lane and continuing to fall back. Once you get skipped up there, much like a Daytona and Talladega, you cannot get back down.
Yeah, when he pulled off that dive bomb maneuver to get around him, and then TJ, he's like, okay, I'm going to follow you right around him. That's a great idea. I'm going to give them spot it's going to give that machine 2 spots back. Did I say something wrong?
The dive boom. I love it.
Dive boom. I meant the dive bomb, but making up new words here on Extreme Sim TV.
You just hear me over here dying.
I knew I said something funny when you started laughing. I was like, oh no, what did I say?
The dive boom. There it is. Kenny Tripp right there in the line also. Oh, Brett, Billy, right now 11th in the field here, kind of barred down in traffic right now.
Yeah, and you got Jason Snodgrass up here in the third spot. Kind of, I don't want to say he's in his own little world. He got probably 9, 10 car lengths to him to the second place and 15 car lengths to him behind. And it's kind of just keeping that own little world right now. I mean, it's probably not a bad spot to be here 9 laps in. We'll have to keep an eye out on him, see if he can catch back up to first and second, maybe shake it up, as it's right now a 2-car breakaway towards the front of the field.
All right, so way through 9 on the board. This time by. Right now, Caden continuing to lead. John, Jason Snodgrass, a part of the Snodgrass party, back to third. Brandon to 7th. Levi, Kenny, and Billy in the top 10 right now.
You gotta start thinking of these drivers. They're probably starting to think about just sitting there riding and ticking off some laps, as we're lap number 10 and everyone pretty well single file. You don't want to be wearing out your racing tires too early trying to get around drivers. But also you don't want to start falling behind the leaders and get lapped down or get put in a tough position, as Caden continues to lead. But John right there on his toes.
Yeah, everybody lockstep right now down the back straightaway, single file for the most part. Are you surprised that they're single file as they are?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised, and I mean, I'm listening over driver radio. I think the number 42 of Dylan's kind of holding them up a little bit, what I've been hearing on driver radio, as maybe they've shipped him to the outside lane, and we'll see this huge group of cars just freight train and send Dylan to the back of the field. We'll have to wait and see and find out if he can get back into a rhythm and get back up there and shake it up, as he's not going away easy though.
Yeah, he's trying to stay up there, but he's got to figure out a hole to get down into, because if he don't, this is a one-way ticket to drop back through the field. This is, this is not a two-way round trip here.
No, not at all, as he will find a hole back in that third car in that pack, thanks to those 2 cars behind him battling it out for the 6th spot.
As Caden Tuff's going to grab the race lead back away from John yet again. Those 2 battling up front. And they have checked out right now, about a second away from everybody else.
Yeah, I'll bring this famous saying back. They've checked out, and they're going to try to check into the nearest hotel around here and start just riding, ticking some laps down off this 125-mile race. We got 15 miles of it done.
Yeah, and my question to you is, what can you do, right? Just taking care of your tires, taking care of the car. We know we're going to have a green flag stop as well, a part of this, if we don't have a yellow, which, if I'm looking at the way this race is going so far, I don't see that happening. So it's just going to be take care of your equipment, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, and being consistent. If you're running consistent laps and being up there on the lap times, you're going to stay up there with the pack and the leaders. You don't want to try to improve and try to catch the leaders because they've checked out. That's just going to burn up your tires early on in this racing affair. Like you said, we do have green flag pit stops coming up. So I would think you would probably want to maybe short pit these drivers. Since you know pretty well it's probably most likely going to go green all the way through unless we get a caution during the green flag pit cycles, which green flag pit stops here at the Milwaukee Mile are not the easiest. It's almost basically a 90-degree turn off the racetrack to get into pit road. As it's just a little break in the wall, as you see there, the leader's going by that entrance there. It's just a 90-degree turn right on in. So I think that's, if we get a caution tonight, that's where it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, everybody's pretty well, at least up front, spread out. We do have a pack of cars together around 10th, 11th, 12th. Billy has moved his way back up to 9th. That tells you how fast that car was, how hard he is having to work, get back these positions he lost.
Yeah, back up to, you said ninth, so he's working that car pretty well, and it's hard to pass here at the Milwaukee Mile, especially with these race cars, as you can't really. I imagine they're not using enough brake as the trucks would, so you're not really out braking the guy. You're really just trying to, like we said earlier, strategically place that car to get a run off the back straightaway. But I'm pretty surprised how deep and thick this second pack is, led by Chase and Johnson.
So Chase leading it, but like you said, to your point, it is pretty deep. But again, a lot of single file around the bottom. You can't come up off the bottom, because if you do, well, that's going to be no bueno for you. We've seen that multiple times tonight. You're really kind of pigeonholed right around that yellow line.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't really try to do a quote-unquote offensive maneuver. And trouble off of turn number 4. We got a car in the outside retaining wall, and that's going to be, if I can find it, that's going to be
Mason, the 16 machine. And that time the yellow does fly. And almost, wow, that was almost the same thing as before. Right there, right hooked. Perfect pit maneuver. And the yellow flag will fly. Now I'm assuming, now that we got the yellow, you're going to come down and get tires, correct? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, for sure. To kind of prolong that green flag stop, if you have to make it now here with lap 20. Even if you're not, if you coming down pit road now, get the fuel now and the tires now, you're going to be able to stop. Your stop's going to be quicker than originally would be for on an empty tank.
Yeah, we ran about 20 miles here. And here we go. Everybody going to be single file to pit road.
Yeah, nobody going to pass up the opportunity. It looks like, oh, well, never mind. As I stated, that Steven Rex is going to be like, well, I'm going to gamble it out. Everybody's go down pit road. I'll take the lead. Thank you very much. And he's going to get right up behind that pace car. So that was going to be an interesting one to see how that one finds out and works out.
Yeah, I didn't see that happening.
Yeah, no, me neither. I mean, I guess if you are starting, he was clear back there in the back of the pack. Time of caution looks like he was 10th, around there towards the back of the field. So I mean, really, when you got nothing to lose, why not try to get a little bit different from everybody else? But I mean, it's going to be a surprising one. It's going to be kind of surprising if it does work, because I mean, you got to pit at some point. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out. I think probably his best bet is to have this thing go green all the way, just so he can make that green flag stop. It's going to be a little bit longer than most of these other guys, but I think that's what he wants, is the green flag run after this.
There we go. Well, folks, we'll be right back here as we get ready to get back to green flag racing. We'll go to commercial break for a moment. When we come back, we'll be back racing here from Milwaukee.
Bully Dog Coffee is craft roasted in small batches, with passion and purpose. Visit bullydogcoffeecompany.com and fetch some for yourself today. Bully Dog Coffee. Bold flavors for bold hearts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Milwaukee as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. And again, back double file. Jason Johnson, Stephen Rex on the front front row here, coming to green this time by, and this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Stephen Rex, he's on old tires, so we'll have to watch out for the tire spin for him coming to the restart. As he's your leader, he's going to get the able to choose anywhere in the Geico restart zone to restart this race. So his pace car going to go down and away to the safety of pit road.
Here we go, Jason Johnson alongside Stephen. Stephen playing a little bit of a gamble. Green flag is in the air. If he can get out front and hold the bottom, he might be okay.
He did a fantastic job on that restart. He got clear of him quick, and he's going to hold that bottom line like you just said as they come off turn number 2 as they're battling side by side for the second spot.
The battle continues right now behind Stephen Rex. Jason Johnson and John 2x2. Nice job. Still side by side for position. Dylan. Jason Snodgrass back there. TJ and Billy back here as well. Here's the problem though. Billy still hasn't really recovered the spots that he lost there from that first few laps incident.
No, he has not. He's clear back in the 11th spot, and it just comes down to it's so hard to pass here, and I think the fresh air has really been benefiting a lot of these drivers. So with that mixture, and really he didn't have the opportunity to practice passing cars here at the Milwaukee Mile in his heats. I think he's just kind of used to being in fresh air, so it's kind of been a shock to him as he's going to claim probably the 10th spot now. I mean, if he can get up to fresh air and get up towards the front, I think he's going to be a viable danger to all these drivers to for winning this thing, but he got to get up there first.
In Tubbs, John now, as you see Stephen Rex getting shipped back to third. He held on to the lead for a bit, but now it's starting to get shipped backwards. Yeah, they want to ship him via UPS to the back of the field here early.
Yeah, they do, and I just realized and tab back up to the front. John, he's taking the lead away from Stephen Rex. Stephen Rex, he's back into the 3rd spot, so I mean, Stephen's doing a lot better than I would have thought he would have done on the older tires, as he's still in that 3rd spot. So looks like maybe a gamble right now paid off, but we'll find out here in probably about 20 to 30 laps when we probably see here most likely green flag pit stops here pretty soon. We'll hear after a while, sooner rather than later for Stephen.
John right there leading. Caden, Stephen, Chase, Dylan. Hanging on right now. 30 on the board this time by. It's all good, Fish. It's all good, buddy. We'll get you back up here maybe tomorrow. Maybe you already have the track or something. Possibly. Johnson, Dylan, DJ, Levi, Brandon, Billy. And these guys going at it.
Oh yeah, and like we said, I mean, the 2-car breakaway now is starting to go into effect again, once again. But that, like we said earlier, before the caution came out, the second pack again is deep and thick. You don't want to get to the outside lane, or you are going to get shipped by UPS to the back of the line if you don't find a spot. But I think what's holding up some drivers is that car that stayed out of Stephen Rex, as he might get shipped to the outside lane this time by, as now Jason Johnson going to get to the inside, and he's going to clear him and take the 3rd spot away, and the driver behind him, Dylan Hahn, might take over the 4th spot here, as he's going to get clear of Stephen Rex as well.
Stephen holding on, even Stephen TJ. Meanwhile, out front, John continuing to lead alongside Caden Tubbs now. 2x2 drag race down into 3. It's a drag race, boys.
Yeah, we'll see if you get the crossover back here into turn number 3. John, he's going to try to get to the inside line, but not going to have enough power to get around him this time. They're just going to go back bumper to bumper as this two-car breakaway still comes into play. Caden Tubbs now your leader off of turn number 2.
There we go, 33 on the board. This time by of 125. And this is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it really is, and give a little update on Billy Snodgrass. He's back up to the 9th spot. He's working his way through traffic right now. He's working on the 8th spot right now, trying to figure out a way around the 80 machine of Levi. We'll see if he can get around him here shortly, but he still has quite a ways to go. Trouble turn number 1, one car sideways, and he's going to hit the inside retaining wall, and I don't think no caution's going to come out. That's TJ Moon in the 9 car.
TJ Moon gonna have problems down here. Man. Problems. And just contacting around he goes.
Yeah, Jason Snodgrass trying to get around him and try to use the little bumper there to get around him. I think a little bit of net code upset the car a little bit, and then getting in that corner, bumping him in the corner, it upsetted that car a little bit. So that's going to send TJ Moon around, and he's going to cycle back to the back of the pack. But we stay green here.
Right now, that's exactly what they're doing. 35 on the board. Right now, it'll be Caden continuing to lead.
Yeah, like we saw before the last caution, we got a 2-car breakaway for the top spot, as they've just kind of checked out once again. Doing a great job of it, checking out of the main pack, as that, like we said earlier, that second pack is deep and thick. It starts to kind of spread out a little bit towards the front of that pack, but as we look a little bit further down that pack, it's a little bit thicker back there. But still pretty well spread out here as 37 of 125 complete.
Yes, sir. 37 on the board. This time by. Working their way through.
And the battle for the lead once again shaping up again. John to the outside of Caden Tubbs as they go around the start-finish line. Tubbs on the inside trying to get the lead back from John. And he might be able to do it this time by, as he still just pull about equal off of turn number 2.
Oh, what a battle out front right now. And so much great racing here tonight.
Oh yeah, 100%, especially for the lead pack, as we see them just trade spots back and forth. One goes the outside, one goes the inside, and they're not really letting each other by, and they're pretty equally matched, so we see them cross over each other and all this sort of stuff, as we see Caden Tubbs probably take the inside lane. So what an epic battle for the lead here again, as Tubbs down the inside of John as they go into turn number 3.
Yeah, man, that back and forth, over and over again up front right now. That battle continuing to be very, very, very tight up front.
You know, it's going to be interesting to find out if this thing does go green towards the end, if that's going to either benefit or not benefit these drivers to battle it out for this first spot early on, as they're pretty equally matched. We'll see how that does on the tire wear towards the end of this run. I imagine we still have one green flag pit stop for all these guys, as John, he's still right on the back bumper of Tubbs out of turn number 4.
And what a battle up front right now. And great racing right now. Aiden, John, Chase. Right now.
One car coming down pit road now. That's going to be the 10 machine of Steven Rex. He's down in a way to pit road to most likely get some tires and gas. We'll see how that shapes out for him, as he's on a completely different strategy than everybody else. He's on Mars when everybody else is on Earth. on pit strategy wise, as he's going to come down, get 4 fresh tires and fuel.
42 complete. 42 complete right now, and at the moment it's John continuing to lead. Man, what a battle with John out front continuing out after the car going to pit road. What do you say, Kendall? We do a little bit of crank it up real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hear some engines roar.
Oh. All right, back here yet again as we continue to roll on board right now as we work our way through. And Kendall, it's been one heck of a night so far.
For the lead, it looks like they might be battling up there once again for that first position. And see a little bit of variation in, well, I guess one car, variation in the pit strategy. I'm interested to see how that one works out for him. I'm sure the leaders here pretty soon, probably 10, 20 laps, they'll be making their green flag stops. Probably most likely their final stops of the night. But Caden Tufts and John, they're going to continue to battle out in turn number 3 and 4 as Tufts to the bottom, John all the way up to the top, and we're seeing a lot of rubber start to form on the outside lanes of this racetrack. So we'll see if that has to do any factor here later on tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see as to how all that plays out.
Yeah, for sure. All that shredded tire rubber up towards the top of the racetrack, and it's going to make it even harder to pass as, well, well, look at that. Billy Snodgrass and not Billy Snodgrass and Jason Snodgrass. They're all the way up to 3rd and 4th. They must have made their way through the field under our Crank It Up section. So they're going to start mixing it up here pretty soon for the lead here as the Snodgrass bunch going to bring it right back towards the front of the field.
The lead. Caden continuing to lead right now. $50 on the board of 125 with Caden leading the way. So right now it is one heck of a battle up front with Caden and John right here, Kendall, continuing to do battle.
Yeah, they're just battling it out back and forth, and that's leading the Snodgrass bunch to close in and close in fast. So, I mean, if I'm them two, I'd be figuring out how a way to get single file. You still got over 100, or not even 100 laps, about 50 or so laps remaining in this one. We'll say, actually, 70 laps remaining in this one. And you're bringing the Snodgrass bunch. They were fast in the heats, and once you have Billy find that clean air, which I wouldn't count him out. I wouldn't say he's going to get the clean air. You're probably here in the next 2 laps or so if he can get up there and dice it up here.
Nice work. 53 on the board.
This used to be just a 2-car breakaway, only 2 cars battling it out for the first spot. Now I want to say it's pretty close to 3 at most 6-car battle now for the lead here, as now the main pack really starting to form towards the beginning of this pack, as the first Snodgrass bunch of, if iRacing will let me see who it is.
That is going to be Jason up there next to him. Billy there the third. Look at Billy's recovery.
Yeah, Bill, he's had trouble at the beginning of the race. He went quarterback down to the 13th spot. Now he's right back up to the 3rd spot, battling back out. And like we said earlier, once he gets to fresh air, I feel like he's going to break away from this pack, as he's going to get to the inside of John now, going into turn number 1, and he's going to say thank you very much. We're going to take that 2nd place away, and John not going to really put up much of a fight with Billy Snodgrass, as now he's going to set his sights on the 1st position.
Jaden, Billy, Levi, Scott, Jason right there as well, hanging tight.
Number 1, John and Caden, they wore their tires out too much for battling. And speaking of that, those 2 leaders, they're going to go down pit road to get some fresh tires and fuel now here on lap number 56.
56 in. They'll hit pit road here tonight. Again, another group of cars coming down pit road, Kendall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting where all this cycles out, as they're down on the way pit road. Looks like 4 fresh tires for those 2 cars, and more guys coming down pit road as well. So green flag stops well underway. It looks like Caden's going to beat John off pit road. We'll see how they cycle out here later on. As they're going to probably at least a lap, maybe 2, earlier than the Snodgrass bunch.
Yeah, just, and that's the hard part, right? Trying to figure out how all this will transition around, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, you already got 1 car, Steven Rex. He's already pitted. I'm not sure if he's good to the end or not, but he's already pitted, and he's already had those fresh tires for 10, 20 laps already or so. Scott Nyquist is now off and away pit road. He went for fresh tires and racing fuel on that machine. I'm sure we'll see some more drivers come down pit road here pretty soon.
Billy, Jason, Dylan, Kenny.
Well, on pit road, the 23 machine, he's around. He spins himself going down pit road. That's going to be Josh Flynn, and he's going to lose a lot of spots due to that.
Yeah, he's just going to go around. And remember you talked about that earlier, pit road being one of those places you could get in trouble.
Oh yeah, very treacherous, and I mean, he just had way too much speed coming in, and he was trying to slam on the brakes, got that car upset. It spun him around into the pit wall, and yeah, like I said, like we said, it's a really hard pit road to get down and under. I can't imagine how hard it is in these cars to do. I never got the chance to do it. Our green flag stop in the trucks when we raced here a month or so ago. But trouble for Josh Flynn.
Not the easiest thing in the world to do, to get on the brakes, try to get that car turned in without spinning around.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. And it's almost, I'm going to put it with the Chicago street course pit entrance. It's just kind of, hello right there. You don't really get to see any markers counting down to pit road. Not like you see like Kansas Speedway, you see the 3, 2, 1 markers to kind of get some braking, as the 99 Billy Snodgrass, I just heard, he's going to come down pit road this time by. As long with a lot of other drivers.
Billy the Kid going to hit pit road. And conveniently enough, we're almost at halfway.
Get
Convenient.
just under halfway. I wonder how that works. As Rick Kelly, he's also down pit road. They're going to go down in a way to get some fresh tires. What are these Hoosier Racing tires? So, Billy Snodgrass. So the first one of the Snodgrass bunch to come down pit road. He's going to get 4 fresh tires, and he's off and away, and he's checked out from the little bunch that pitted with him as Rick Kelly now
And
comes out as well.
and now it's Jason Snodgrass coming down pit road here.
So he's going to come down 1 lap later than his other Snodgrass family bunch there. He's going to come in, pull into pit stop stall number 1. The left side going up, and a little bit of trouble for maybe Jason Snodgrass as he did not get his pit stall all the way. He had to pull up he stopped, and he had to pull up. That's going to lose some little bit of time. Left side goes up, left side goes down. Only right sides for Jason.
All you can say in that scenario is tick-tock, right? You're on the clock.
Right, exactly. And I mean, every second matters here. And I mean, it's kind of almost like Talladega and that sort of thing. If you're sitting on pit road too longer, you're going to go down a lap. It's going to affect your time on the racetrack. And almost really your race can be won or lost right here on pit road as you got a big bunch of cars now coming down pit road.
Yeah, big fleet headed down down pit road, Brandon down pit road, and more. All coming down pit road here.
And it looks like one car missed his pit box. That's going to be Justin Phillips in the 46 machine. He missed his pit box, and he's still having some trouble with that pit box, and he's still driving back and forth. That's, again, tick-tock goes the clock. He's going to lose a lot of time on the racetrack.
Kind of like Katy Perry, huh? Brent continuing to lead out front. Caden right there behind him. I'm glad you got where I was going there because I was afraid you wasn't going to get where I was going. I was afraid you were going to look at me like, what are you talking about?
What in the world are you talking about? Like normally I do.
Caden second, exactly. John third. Jason Johnson in fourth at the moment. Again, really good race here tonight, but I'm impressed.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, we've only had 1 caution on the night. 3 incidents on the night, as well as we're 65 of 125 complete. Only 35 minutes into this thing. Looks like we got Brent Mickus. He's the last one before the last one that we need to see make a visit to pit road. Then he's going to hand over the lead to Caden Tufts, as I believe he's already made his stop for the night. So wait just for Brent Mickus to make his stop here shortly.
And again, he will make that stop here probably in the next little bit, Kendall, because, again, you don't want to go too long here.
Speaking of that, he's going to go down to the safety of pit road. He's going to give up that lead and give it up to Caden Tufts. We'll see what he does here on pit road, if he's going to take tires, fuel. So he's going to pull into his pit stall. And we'll see. I don't see the left side or the right side. There goes the right side, jacking up on that machine. 2 tires changing on that side. We'll see if he decides to go with 4 here.
So it's kind of like
right sides.
Go ahead.
Right side's only for Brent Mecca's fuel, and right side's only for the 66 machine, as he's going to be pulling out of pit road, and we'll see where he cycles in to the field.
And pretty smooth here. Stuff's back out front. John right there in second. This race kind of calming down and getting into it here.
Oh yeah, definitely after green flag stops. Like we said, your race can be won or lost on pit road. Just like with Jason Snodgrass, he was up there in the top spot earlier on. He was like 3rd place, but just that slight mess up on pit road, he pulled a little too far back. He had to pull up again. That puts him back in 7th place, 8 seconds behind Caden Tufts. And if we remember, Caden Tufts, he was one of the first ones down pit road, so he played the short pit just perfectly to maintain this lead by 0.3 over John. But John, he's closing in off of turn number 2.
And you know what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
As spread out as we are, I don't know that we'll see that yellow flag wave once again.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, we saw everybody pretty well clean except the 23 machine as he spun inside the pit lane. Really now, only thing it's going to be either a single car spin. It's going to bring out the caution, but like you said, yeah, everybody's pretty well spread out. But John, he's reeling in Caden right now, trying to make something happen here in the closing laps of this one.
Trying very hard, right? That's all you can do is try. But I mean, again, I think the way we're getting spread out and as hard as it is to make moves here, man, it's going to be very tough.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, we saw them; they were trading spots back and forth early on. But we'll see what happens and see John. He's really reeling in Caden right now. He's 1/10 faster than Caden right now. So we'll see if that transpires over to where he takes the lead. It seemed like the Snodgrasses came into play later on in the run, so we'll see how that one all works out. But also we saw John and Caden Tufts. They were battling it out back and forth. That's how the Snodgrass bunch got up to their back bumpers. But we'll see and find out here.
What happened?
As we're in the closing lap to this one.
I mean, John is there, right? He's close enough to make a run, but can he do it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like we always say, it's one story to get to his back bumper. It's a whole different book to get around him, especially on a short track kind of a short track like this, for these cars to get around. Because I mean, do you have to activate the bumper? Do you have to wait for a mistake? And I mean, it's been pretty rare to see Caden Tufts make a mistake here and leave the bottom open for John. But we'll see and find out. As Caden Tufts, he's going to run a little bit higher than John that lap by. So we'll see if that improves his lead or not.
73 big ones to go, or 73 complete here tonight. 53 big ones to go. You can see John continuing to close the gap down to the back bumper of Caden right here. And I mean, he is back bumper to bumper.
Yeah, he's reeled him in. He's trying to figure out a way, and he's kind of doing that offensive maneuver, starting up high, working his way down low to hopefully get underneath him when Caden Tufts have to peel off the bottom of the racetrack. That time it does not work. I feel like to get around him, you're going to have to dive bomb him and get around him somehow, like that.
I mean, what you mean to say is you got to dive booming.
Dive boom. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I forgot my new word. Sorry.
Caden right there. And look at Caden guard the entry of one. On board with Caden. John right there. It's so difficult, right?
Oh, yeah, there's no margin for error here at the Milwaukee Mile. You let up that bottom, the driver behind him like John, he's going to take advantage of that. And still that John running that offensive line to, I just blanked out. Caden Tufts' car, so he pulls right up back on the back bumper of that vehicle going into turn number one. We'll see if it works out. Also, we'll see if Billy Snodgrass can make up some time, because if he can make up some time, it's going to dice that top three up, and John's not going to be able to do that offensive maneuver because he's going to have to guard the inside line as well. As Caden Tufts, he continues to guard that inside line with all of his life.
Yeah, he's continuing to guard, but I don't know how much longer he can do that. John right there with him, really putting the pressure to the back bumper.
Even if I'm Caden Tufts, I'm just worried about keeping the bottom. I'm not necessarily trying to mirror drive him. I know he's back there. I just got to focus on keeping that inside line locked up, because if that inside line is locked up, there's really no way around for John to get around, as he's going to have some trouble with the lap car here off of turn number 4.
Oh, this could be an opportunity. 3 wide, maybe. I think Caden got lucky there.
He definitely got lucky there. The 7, he was going to give him a tough time to get around him. He's trying to stay on the lead lap. Yeah, that could have been disaster for Caden Tufts, as John could have made a move there, but luckily he gets around him, and he's going to try to set sail once again, as he has a clean windshield now. They've got a lot of lap cars in front of him for a while now, so we'll see if he can pick up the pace and try to maybe put some distance between him and John.
Now you start the process, right? Now you start the process trying to pick up the pace. And here we go again, right? I mean, you're trying everything you can do to get away if you can. You see Billy back to third. Don't look now, but Billy about 2/10 faster than those guys last time by.
So Billy now, if that pace, he might be able to get up to these top 3 by the end of this one and shake it up here. We'll have to wait and see and find out. He still has to get around that lap car, the 7 machine. We'll see if he can, if he'll let him just by, or if he's just going to give him a little bit of trouble, and maybe a little bit of trouble for John there. He didn't get a good enough exit that time by. He's going to lose 1 to 2 car lengths, but he's going to focus on reeling him back in turn number 3.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You gotta just knock it up. You gotta knock it down. Try to figure out what you can do. Maybe move the car around some more. I know we're pretty much one groove here, but like you were talking about earlier, you gotta come up with something.
Yeah, for sure. And bumping around, trouble turn number 2. The 7 car goes right around Billy Snodgrass. He's going to send him. He's going to say, you're not going to let me by. You're going to be a troublemaker to me. I'm going to send you off in turn number 2. That's going to be an interesting one to see what happens with that one, as that one looked like it was kind of a ship off to FedEx for the 7 of Biddy Hogan.
Well, I'm glad I'm not race control.
Yeah, I'm glad for sure. I mean, Benny, he was being very aggressive, but I mean, that does not give you grounds just to run over the dude and spin him out like that. Wow, what a turn of events. We'll see what happens to Billy Snodgrass. And I mean, if you get into the line for causing the incident, that's going to go to Billy, and he's going to go into the end of the longest line. And that's going to put him out of contention. We'll have to wait and see and find out. But yeah, he just packs Benny Oxen, ships him off to FedEx off of turn number 2.
Yeah, he did exactly that. He got to the back bumper. Once he was underneath of him, he just never even really lifted. That's the...
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he's a lap car, but honestly, he's trying to fight up there for the best spot he can get. And I mean, with oval racing and short track racing, the leaders don't have the right of the lap cars having to pull over and give the spot away. And that's what a lot of drivers, I seem like on iRacing, don't understand, is the lap car does not have to give you this position up. It's the lead lap car's responsibility to get around the car. But again, that's rules and ethics there on that one. Ethically, yes, you should let the guy by, but rules-wise, you don't have to do that.
Exactly. We've had this conversation multiple times. Rules and ethics.
Rules and ethics.
So, with the yellow flag back out, 84 on the board, should be a pretty quick run of about 40 or so laps to the end of this one, buddy.
Yeah, for sure, and I think we got some takers for pit road, as looks like all your leaders are going to come down pit road to take some tires and maybe definitely some fuel, as, looks like basically everybody on the lead lap. Trouble in the entrance of pit road, one car just got ran over on the pit entrance. He's going to be all the way to the back, and they're going to go, everybody's getting their tires. Looks like right sides for all these guys from race control. We can say goodbye to Billy Snodgrass. He's going to the back of the field.
Yep, I seen that coming. Well, so Billy on the way back to the back of the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing is, like, you got to control your emotions with the lap cars, because they're just like that. You now got a penalty, and you're going to the back of the field, so now you just got basically taken out of the contention from the win, so you got to control that. You got to figure out a way to control that to prevent that from happening, and that probably just cost them the win right there.
What could have been yet another win, now going to be an uphill battle. Man, this is going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. And with the incident, I don't know if you showed the replay to the viewers with that car trouble on the entrance of pit road. That's going to be Levi in the 80 machine goes in a little too shallow and checks the water blowers to make sure they have water, and they definitely have water, and the 10 just accidentally ran him over. So that was the incident on the entrance of pit road.
With trouble here tonight on pit road, off of pit road, we'll get ready to do it once again here. We're ready to go at it one more time.
Oh yeah, well, for sure, and it's going to be interesting to watch Billy Snodgrass. He didn't like lap traffic. Now he's going to be in the mix of it. He's going to be right all in the middle of all the lap traffic. So we'll see and watch out and find out, see if he can overcome this penalty, to see how likely that is. I don't think it's very likely, but we'll see and watch and find out. We've seen him drive it from 13th all the way up to the 3rd spot within, within 40 laps. So we'll see. We'll find out. See what happens here for Billy Snodgrass.
Get ready to go at it yet again here at Kansas, or at Milwaukee. Jesus. Now who's having a brain moment?
Oh, well, we're not in Kansas. We haven't been in Kansas for a while, I don't think. I don't think you have anything in Kansas for a while, so we ain't in Kansas no more.
Oh, that one was great. Here we go, coming to green. Brandon leads, coming to green this time by. Brandon into turn 1, chasing Johnson, trying to follow. Nice lead for Brandon right now. Trouble back straight away. One car around in the grass.
And that's going to be the 6th car, Thomas Mitchell. He goes for a nice little spin around. I didn't catch what happened there. Looks like he just got the pit maneuver from the 7 machine. I don't think intentionally, though.
So now, an update on Billy. He's back to 13th, now to 12th. He is driving like a man possessed.
And, I mean, you got to overcome that penalty, and now he had troubles getting around a lot of cars, and now he's going to have even more troubles getting around more cars here in the 13th spot as they're double fouled up in front of him. So it's going to make it even, well, maybe a little bit harder, but it might make it a little bit easier for him to just get around that 45 machine. So we'll see and find out, see if he can make his way through the field, as the field pretty well single fouled out once again here on lap number 89.
So right now, back single filed out. There's a couple more. Oh, who's that trying to really work the bottom?
That almost.
Heck, but blocking going on. I don't know if I would block Billy right now, to be fair.
Yeah, he has a little bit of tempers flared there earlier for a lap car. He doesn't have the patience for some of these cars. And, I mean, if you have a car on rails, I wouldn't either. Trying to get around him, he's back up to the 11th spot. We'll see if he can get up to the 10th spot here pretty soon.
Oh, there you go, back to 10th now.
Oh, there you go, 10th spot there. So 10 more spots to go to get it up to the front of the pack again. So we'll see if he can work his way to the field. But just imagine where he would be if he was in that 3rd spot still. With it being green flag conditions, he was catching the leaders pretty fast. You just gotta imagine and wonder what could have been like if he could have kept it clean and green.
Well, there's 35 miles to go here tonight, so you're down to the final 35. But you've got to figure out something in 35 miles that you haven't done all night.
Yeah, you gotta find some super power somewhere and get going, because I mean it's closing laps and it's not like where you can just pick up one spot very easily. It's a battle to get a spot here at the Milwaukee Mile, as it's just a so dominant inside line for these late model stock cars, and even for any car that steps foot on the surface of the Milwaukee Mile. But if like you're Billy, it's go time. You gotta go.
There we go. Jason Johnson right there as well. Nice work. 92 on the board. Man, oh man, oh man. And this has been so crazy to watch, right? These guys have been absolutely going wild.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I was starting to have a little bit of doubt seeing the heat races, how less of passing there was, but I mean, we've been seeing a lot of passing here. Not as frequent as other short tracks, but it's been a decent, it's turned out to be a decent race, or pretty good race for the Milwaukee Mile here for the late model stock cars. As we come around to complete lap number 93, complete lap number 94, sorry.
Yeah, and there you go, 94 complete this time by here at Milwaukee in the Milwaukee Mile. And we are down to it, right? 4 cars under a blanket.
Yeah, 4-car breakaway towards the front as they rocket off turn number 4. You got one of the Snodgrass bunch there, Jason Snodgrass, in that 3rd spot. Jason Johnson, he's found his way up to the 2nd spot. But a familiar face up towards the front is John in that 777 machine, as he has found himself back in the 1st spot with just 30 laps to go.
30 to go this time by for the field here. And again, can John hang on here tonight?
If he can keep that car on the bottom line, keep the momentum up like he's been doing right now, I think he could. Unless one of the guys behind him are saving a little bit more than him on tire-wise, but I think it's just the most important part is having that inside line locked down. And John's been doing a great job of that as he goes down the back straightaway and going to turn number 3.
The 3. Jason, Caden, Brandon, Kenny, Brent, Dylan right there as well. All up. Oh, 1 car to pit road. That's Brandon coming down. He'll dive to pit road here.
Yeah, an update on Billy Snodgrass. He picks up a spot from that driver going down pit road, but he's kind of stalled in this 8th spot position. He can't get around the drivers in front of him, and I can guarantee you he's regretting his decisions of just running over that lap car earlier on. As he's just stuck behind as they're going double foul back there towards the back of the pack for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
Well, he's going to pick up 1 spot there from the 66 machine, so he's going to continue maybe to march forward a little bit more. He just got to find, he's been having a little bit of trouble with dialing to get around that 42 machine. If you can get around there, you should be pretty set sailing, but I mean, with 25 to go here, or 26 to go, it's going to be pretty hard to get up back towards the front pack as he's going to try to make the move on Dylan this time by. He's going to dive, boom him in, make a little bit of door contact to send him up the racetrack a little bit on his way, and he'll claim that 6th spot.
He's like, yeah, thank you, coming through, bye.
Have a nice day.
Now he's got Kenny up in front. He can get back to the top 5. I don't know about winning it.
He is going to be tall order. He's going to have to see that yellow flag come out and see all those pretty yellow lights come on around the racetrack, but still got a 4-car breakaway, no change in the running order for the top 4, as all 4 cars, they go below the rumble strips in turn 1 and 2, and they just lock it down in turn 3, but Jason Snodgrass, he might be looking a way around for Jason Johnson.
Trying to find something somewhere to make it work. Man, it's going to be so interesting to watch as we come down to the final 25 here tonight.
Final 25. If it isn't go time yet, it better be for these drivers. They got to figure out a way around, get to the lead if with these 4 front cars. All of them have been really strong all night long. I mean, we've seen Jason Johnson up and towards the top 5. This is the first time we've seen him inside the top 3 tonight. We'll see if he can find a way and get it done and get around John here in the final 25. But he's going to have a tall order as Jason Snodgrass right there behind him. If any little mistake from Jason Johnson happens, Jason Snodgrass is going to be right on it.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those, if you make a mistake, it's not going to be good situations.
No, not at all, especially here Jason Snodgrass just only 1.5 car length behind you. as Caden Tufts, he's kind of fallen off the order from Jason Snodgrass. He's going to fall back probably about 4 car lengths away from him as they go into turn 1 and 2. As Jason, he's been nice and patient with Chasen Johnson, trying to find a way around him.
Well, you want the good news? Oh, there's the
Caution out
yellow.
on the racetrack.
Brent around. Let's take a look. Man, oh man. Late race caution here tonight. Oh. Wow. That was not good. What do you got to say about that one, buddy?
66 had a run. He was, I mean, when you see a car on the outside, when the 12 finds a way around the 55 on the inside line, you're trying to fill that gap to close the gap to prevent the 55 from coming down low. I think that's what he was trying to do, and had way too much momentum, went up the racetrack, got into the 55, spun him around, spun himself around. Just mistakes there that happened for Brent Meckes in turn number 1 for a late race caution. So, well, I mean, what we've been saying earlier, I think you can throw that prediction book out the window as we got maybe some drivers coming down pit road.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, man. How does this work out? Late race yellow changes things here tonight, Kendall.
Yeah, for sure. You got all the cars basically from back of the pack down pit road getting, looks like, right side tires, some getting left side tires. Most of them just right sides only, and that's going to be the case for the 32 machine. And I believe that, is Rick Kelly. He's going to take right sides only. And so, like a lot of the others, towards the back of the pack, and some of them down for damage as well.
Yes, sir. Guys will get down, fix the race car.
We'll have to keep an eye out for Billy Snodgrass. He's up in the 5th spot here tonight after overcoming a late race penalty. Well, I'll wait and see, find out. He's going to be starting on the inside in that 5th spot here once we do the late race restart. Right time coming around, 20 to go. We'll see. Looks like we'll have to go around at least 2 more times here at the Milwaukee Mile before we go back green.
There we go. We'll get ready to go back at it. 2 more times around here before we go back green, most likely, bud.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for those drivers back towards the back that took tires. See how that develops out. I mean, you got nothing to lose. Might as well try to see what happens. I mean, we've seen the things prove over and over again. Cautions breed cautions. Hopefully that does not happen for some of these drivers up towards the front. But if it does, Rick Kelly's right there ready for it to happen as he has fresh right side tires on his machine. So we'll wait and see and find out. And as we should get the 1 to go this time by.
See what we got here as we get ready to go. And this is going to be fun. And here we go, Chasen Johnson, John on the front row, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out. Got the Snodgrass bunch on the inside line right behind John here as we'll go 1 to green. We'll see, find out. It's going to be a scurry for all these drivers. It's going to be like Black Friday at a Walmart for some of these guys. So hopefully we don't get a Walmart parking lot tonight. Late on here as pace car are going to be making that drive down pit road here pretty soon.
Here we go. 18 laps to go this time by. Here we go. Walmart going to get busy here. Those associates going to bolt down the TVs. Here we go. Pace car going to dive down. Johnson will bring it to green. Green to flag is out, and we are down to 18 to go.
Yeah, great start for John there as he rockets off turn number 1, and pretty well clean start for everyone as they get single foul quick into turn number 1 for at least the top 10.
And down into turn 3 and 4, you see the field rocket their way by yet again. 18 to go now tonight. 17 this time. Can John bring her home? 17 laps to go this time by.
He's doing a fantastic job. A battle for the 4th spot is on between Jason Snodgrass and Dylan in the 42 machine. He dove it in underneath the rumble strips, and that might upset the car just a little bit. No, he's still on the mission to take away that 4th spot from Jason Snodgrass. And Billy Snodgrass is going to be right behind him to take advantage of that. And Dylan, he's going to get clear. He's going to take away that 4th spot as the Snodgrass bunch now going to battle it out for the 5th spot.
The comeback for Billy the Kid right now, back into 5th. Can he get there? Billy the Kid Snodgrass right now, fighting through into the top 5. I honestly didn't see him being back inside the top 5.
No, I didn't. I thought his night was over when he got that penalty early on, but he's back in the 5th spot. He's looking for the 4th spot, but Dylan, if we remember before that caution, Billy Snodgrass, he was having a tough time getting around Dylan in that 42 machine because he just has that inside line locked down just to a perfect tee, and Billy, he can't afford another penalty for taking a guy out. I mean, you got to use the bumper a little bit maybe to move the guy, but you can't afford another end-of-the-line penalty. So we'll see and find out. Watch as Dylan, he's making some quick work here as he's going to be trying to get around Caden Tufts here pretty soon.
Yeah, and right now, it's going to be interesting, man.
It'll be very interesting as you see Dylan there in the 42 machine. He drives it in so deep into corner entry. He loses a little bit of that on off a corner exit, but it's probably more gain on the entry than the exit. We'll see if he's going to have to make the dive. Boom, as he's going to make it, he's going to get to the inside there. I bet next time by he'll make it to the inside of Caden Tufts if he can get a good exit here. But he didn't get the exit that he needed, but Billy Snodgrass, he's going to try to take that 4th spot away. He's going to make it to the inside line.
Oh!
Talk about tight quarters racing into turn number 3. As Billy Snodgrass, though, he's still going to be on the inside of Dylan.
I was thinking second EOL of the night there for a moment.
Yeah, that's what I was starting to think there too, but great heads-up driving for both of them, and I just thought maybe Dylan's going to go around because he got into that shred of rubber up towards the top of the racetrack, and that makes a icy, slippy rank for some of these cars, but they're going to figure it out, get single back fouled up, and we'll see if the charge comes here pretty soon as it's the closing 10 laps to go here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Closing down right now, John leads the way, chasing Johnson second. No doubt in my mind all night tonight, it has been the race leader with the advantage out front.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got the clean air. You don't got to worry about the car in front of you. You just got to worry about walking in that inside line, getting the run off the corner. And John, he's probably done the best he's done all night. He's got 3 car lengths to the second place. Probably the biggest lead advantage besides the green flag pit cycles. But the battle for third, it might be heating up here on the front straightaway.
And this is going to be tight right here for third. Caden Tufts, Dylan, Billy, all in line here, 10 to go.
Yeah, if you're Billy, you got to find a way around Dylan, and you got to find a way down quick as you see him blocking. He's trying to find different ways to get around him. Go where he's not, and that's what Billy Snodgrass is trying to do. And Dylan, I think, he's starting to run out of momentum here. As now the battle for second's on here pretty soon.
Oh.
Major blocking, and then there's the bumper. And Caden Tufts, he might get around Chasen Johnson, but Chasen Johnson's not willing to give up, and he got the door banging behind him.
3 wide down the back straightaway here at Milwaukee in the closing stages. Into the corner, everybody give room. Nice job. What a battle, 3 wide.
They
Wow.
kept it clean all the way through and got a little bit of door banging, some bumper shoving, and that's what John wants to see. He wants to see all these guys battling it out and just hurting themselves out. He can get a chance to drive away, but look at Billy Snodgrass back up to the third spot, working on second.
Yeah, man, what a battle here. 8 to go here, man. Can you believe that? 3 wide, man.
And Billy Snodgrass to the inside of Caden Tufts. Caden Tufts is going to go way wide. Billy Snodgrass going to take that second spot, so don't count Billy Snodgrass out yet.
3 wide at Milwaukee Lake.
Well, the big question is Billy Snodgrass. He has .8, basically a second to make up to John. Like we said earlier, it's one story to get to the back bumper. It's another story to pass him. 5 laps to go. Is it enough?
Man, 5 to go. Can he get there?
Yeah, that's the first story. That's the first hurdle that we got to get through. He gains a 10th on that, and I mean, if he wants any chance, he's going to have to gain 2-3 tenths a lap, and I don't see that happening. As John, he's been so consistent on that inside line, but it could happen here. We'll see this time by, see how far he is this time by. But honestly, I don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood for some of these drivers. The caution flag could always come out here as we come around to complete lap 121, and this time by, another 10th off of John's lead. So Billy Snodgrass, he's coming.
Billy trying to get there, trying to do everything he can with 5 laps to go. Billy Snodgrass trying to get by John. Man, oh man, oh man. 4 to go. 4 to go this time by.
4 to go as they're going to come around the start-finish line to complete lap 122. This time by 2 tenths off that lead for Billy, so the book's not written yet. We'll find out and see. He's going to get to the back bumper on the last lap. Will we see a last lap pass here for Billy Snodgrass? Or, I mean, he's really catching up to John now.
He is chopping away at that gap. Will it be yet another win for Billy the Kid this season? He's got 3 laps to get there. John, you better pedal like you're Fred Flintstone to get away, bud.
Yeah, for sure. Another 2 tenths off the lead for John. He got the lap traffic in front of him now as well. And we've seen the history books with lap traffic. They have not played line ice so far. But with the 46 of Justin Phillips playing ice, I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that he's going to go to the top of the racetrack, which he will let the leaders by. Coming down 2 laps to go in this one. John leads it over Billy Snodgrass by only 1 car length.
2 laps to go this time by here tonight. Oh, Billy gonna dive it in deep.
And that's where Billy Snodgrass is going to get John. John got to get in a little bit earlier, a little bit sooner to block that inside line all the way around to prevent the inside line, and that's what he does this time by. He's going to receive the white flag this time by. He gets in the grass a little bit, losing a lot of momentum. This is going to be a deal breaker here.
Here we go down the front straightaway. Which lane does Billy go? He goes top, bottom, block. Great lane. Oh, Billy's all over him.
Oh. Blocked all the way to the wall. John's doing a great job. He has one more corner around turn 3 and 4. Billy Snodgrass going to feel like going to be coming in here pretty hot.
Here we go. 1 corner to go into 3 and 4. He's close, but not close enough, Kendall.
No, I don't think so. John's going to keep the inside blocked, and he's going to say thank you very much. He's going to win here at the Milwaukee Mile over Billy Snodgrass.
Wow. Billy Snodgrass here tonight holds them at bay. Congratulations. Wow.
Amazing move from John. I thought he was going to be toast on that last lap there, but he blocked all the way to the wall. Great job for John. He's going to get the job done, and I got to say, got to give props to Billy Snodgrass overcoming that penalty, that end of the line penalty. And I thought his night was over, but it was far from over just compared to that.
What a battle. Wow. What a battle, dude.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, um, you gotta also think with Billy Snodgrass, that could have been 3 for 3 if he didn't have that unfortunate penalty. But I mean, it is what it is. It happened already. John's gonna get the win here tonight in that 777 machine. What an amazing job, like we said early, for John.
Well, there you go. We'll get ready for your post race interviews here. What a night. Thank you, Kendall, for coming out and helping out.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. I always love doing these. It gets me back in the broadcasting world, and love co-commentating the Pro American Late Model Series because it seems like every night they bring out a great show, just like they did tonight.
All right, fans, one thing before we go into our normal production stuff that we normally do. Go back to the channel after the race. Check out the highlight videos that I've clipped on the channel. Check them out. Let me know if you want me to do more of those. I'm trying something new tonight. Me and Kendall is going to look at it afterwards. Let me know if you like it done like that. I think there's going to be, let me go look. Right now there is already, what is that? 1 posted, now 2 posted, 3 posted. So let me know what you think of the highlight video.
Heck yeah.
All right, now we're gonna do our post race, which means I gotta leave poor Kendall. Go
Yeah,
over to the.
leave me in the booth all by myself.
I'm gonna leave you all by yourself here. It's gonna get cold.
Yes,
Any
very.
any final thoughts there, Kendall?
I wanted. I mean, I really honestly thought I was kind of having doubts towards the beginning of the race. This race was. I thought it was going to be a little bit slow. Everybody's going to be single filed out, and I mean, they proved me wrong. I thought definitely these race events. Well, Milwaukee Mile is not going to return to the schedule next year, but I mean, honestly, they gave it one fighting chance, and I mean, they battled it out towards the end. That was amazing battling towards the end. Overall, another great race for the Pro American Late Model Series.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kendall. I'm gonna hop over and grab our
Yep.
winner.
Like just enough fuel.
All righty, everybody. Billy, Matt in the booth. You got a copy.
Yep, I got you.
We're gonna go kind of in reverse order here tonight. Got the EOL, man. Ended up at the tail end of the field. Fought your way all the way back through, and you were right there on the back bumper of John Wildchild down there at the very end.
Yeah, it was a crazy race, and I want to apologize to Benny Hogan for hitting him on the first lap. I don't know if he came up or if I just came down too much, but that was a intense race.
Yeah, that was insane, man. What did you think of the runs that you guys were getting out there tonight?
It was honestly a lot easier to pass than I ever expected it to be. I thought we were just going to be single file, and whether or not you were slower than the person behind you, you weren't going to be able to get around them or anything.
Well, man, it was fun to watch, buddy. Thank you for putting on a show as always, man. Didn't get the win tonight, didn't get another one in a row, but putting on a show for us, man.
Yep, thank you.
All righty, John Wildchild, you got a copy?
Hello.
All righty, man. You had the Billy the Kid right there on your back bumper waiting. What went through your head?
We went down to turn one. I swear to God, the first thing that's going through my mind is the pit wall has tires on the end of it. I thought I was gonna slam into those. I thought I'm gonna get pushed up the racetrack. He's gonna dive it in through. I'm gonna get wrecked. A mile a minute, whatever you want to call it. There's no words.
Well, it was fun to watch, man. You did a great job holding him at bay, that's for sure.
Billy, he's kind of an arch nemesis. He knows strategy. I know heads up racing, and I think today was finally the marker where I finally beat Matt. I'd always tell me I'd never win a race this season, but I'm happy that at least I got it over Billy. I got that monkey off my back.
There you go. You threw that monkey off your back, really.
Yep.
Well, I mean, again, congratulations and a great job here tonight, buddy.
Thank you, and I would just like to thank everybody watching. Unfortunately, my crew chief who usually watches me, Tyler Avery, wasn't here. He was in chat. I cannot thank that guy enough for what he does for me during the regular races. He was at affairs today. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, my father. Thank you, Russ, for giving me a sportsman opportunity in the spring during practice. Thank you, Matt, for putting on the league, all the sponsors on the car, and again, everybody else watching, you for putting on the broadcast.
Man, as always, it's a blast. We come out here, we have a good time, bud.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
All right, there we go, man. Congrats on the big dub. And we will talk to. See, we got Dylan in here too. Dylan, you got us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, a little bit backwards on the interviews tonight, but man, fastest lap of the race for you here tonight. Didn't get victory lane, but you got the quick time.
Yeah, we were. I was coming in tonight with pretty low expectations because I just bought the track last night, and actually in practice I was thinking this race isn't going to be great. It's going to be single file. There's going to be no passing. It's just going to be very boring. But it turned out it was a great racetrack. We were able to pass. I went through the field multiple times. Especially last time with Billy got cautioned with 40 to go. He got the AOL. I pitted with 1 to go to get extra fuel, and we just drove our way back to the field together. And he was driving it in deep, but I was just driving it in deeper. And he just got to my inside the one time, and we were 3 wide with I think it was Chase, and that was just a great battle. And I would like to thank everybody that raced here tonight.
There you go, man. Well, congratulations. A great job. And again, we'll see you again soon, buddy.
Yep, see ya.
Alrighty. And thank you guys for coming out here tonight. It's been a fun night here for the late models. Everybody have a great night, and we will see you guys very, very soon.